Test it out. Okay, so it says recording. So we are live on the recording, but we'll test it out. This is the first time using the Zoom recording. So let's see how that goes. So happy Saturday, everyone. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween too. And welcome, Anthony. I just saw Anthony join us. So we have a good group today. So we're gonna go through our agenda real quick. So for this week, it's been a while. Let me change this. I didn't update this with Anthony. So we're gonna go over some quick wins for the week, and then some quick needs and wants. If you guys need anything for your real estate business, feel free to reach out. Okay, so let's go into our wins for the week. Let's start out with some positive news. Any wins for this week? Anything cool? Anything exciting for everyone? Any good news? Anything? Everyone's mute.
Hi, Tom. I'm just gonna start out.
Hi, Jane.
How are you?
Great.
You should come to my house and take a look.
Yeah, so Jane bought a house in Newark, and it also doubled in value, right?
Well, not double, but we have about like 400,000 in equity.
Wow.
So we're expecting to get the money soon.
Yeah.
And then we just rented out the back ADU. We didn't really fix the ADU. We basically just clean it up.
Yeah.
And then we put a fan so that they can the tenants can go from side yard and then not seeing our backyard. So we rented it out to a Facebook engineer, and it was rented within one day. And then we rented out for 1B1B. It's 1650.
1650, nice.
Yeah. And then plus utility, I charged him like about $60 per month. And then also he wants to park in the driveway.
Yeah.
And we have a 3-car driveway. So we agreed to have him park there for like $60. So everything total will be about 1770. Yeah, because that's his special request. And then he's usually not home. That's the best part of it.
Wow.
So he flies very often. So
That's
we just
cool.
basically, so I think it's a good news.
Yeah, so you got a free house in a way, right? You're gonna burn this house and you get rental income every month.
Yes, so basically they offset half of our mortgage. Our mortgage is about $3,100.
Yeah.
So that basically cuts half, yeah.
Wow, so you got to house hack. That's amazing.
Oh, you're recording it, you're writing down everything.
Yeah, I'm ready now. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I like to type notes so everyone can watch the notes again. So very nice. You got a house hack and you got your money out. So you burned a house hack in the Bay Area. So that's pretty hard to do, but you actually were able to do it. So great job on that.
Yeah, because it's a primary residence. That's the one thing about maybe different from the other investors deal, because this is our primary residence.
Yeah.
And we cannot sell it, because if we sell it, we don't have nowhere to live. And we love this house because we put so much effort in it.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to HELOC it out. And we also have an option to refinance.
Yeah.
But with refinance, I have a like a set amount of payment I have to pay every month.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot, because if I refinance it out, I can get 80% out.
Yeah.
The appraised value is 1 million. So 1.44 million.
Yeah. Wow.
So if I refinance it, I get 80% out of it, but then I have to pay immediately every month for the mortgage. We don't want it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So very nice. Congratulations. So we're all going to have a housewarming party at Jane's house. Is everyone invited?
For sure.
Halloween party tonight at Jane's house.
We have a show tomorrow. We have to perform. So.
Oh, that's cool. Where's your show tomorrow? We want to go.
It's in Cupertino.
Cupertino. Very nice.
It's already sold out though. So.
Oh, okay.
Next time.
Okay, next year. All right.
Okay, I'm pretty excited to see what's today's story, because it's also in Newark.
Yeah. So we got to hear from Anthony today. So let's go down the agenda, and thank you for sharing that. That's really, really good news. I'm so happy for you guys. That's
Thank you.
Like a forever house. You'll keep it forever, pretty much.
Yes.
All right. So now, if you guys have any needs and wants for your business, for anything, if you need leads, you need deals, you need construction, whatever you need, feel free to reach out. I'll try to answer throughout the week, but we are a little bit busy, but I'll do my best to answer and help you guys out with your business too. So upcoming events, we have a very interesting Airbnb project in Paso Robles. It's actually our client's house, and we're gonna help them remodel this 1 acre house. 1 acre, look at that view, 1 acre in Paso Robles. So we're gonna start the remodel next Saturday if you guys want to join. So next Saturday, we won't have a Zoom session. It'll be a live event in Paso Robles. It's only a 3-hour drive. So it's not too bad, right? 3 hours. So you guys want to go check it out, enjoy the view. So Paso Robles is kind of like a Napa too. It's a wine country that's blown up like crazy. And you're all invited. So we'll have some wine and demolish this whole house. So come join us next Saturday, anytime, next Saturday.
Wine and demolition.
Yeah.
What a great.
Yeah, and then we're gonna use this little barbecue grill and cook stuff. I hope they're still there. Yeah, so join us next Saturday. It'll be so fun. Okay, a quick market update. We always like to take a look at the market and kind of see what's going on. Is the market going up, going down? What's going on with the market nowadays? So let's check this out real quick. This is the MOS. We're gonna look at the actives because actives will dictate the demand in a way, because if it's low inventory, so active single family, Santa Clara County, 686. This is the lowest we ever seen the inventory count. So this is actually the best time to sell right now because there's nothing. Earlier this month had 800, and then we saw in the previous month they had around 1,900. So now we're down to 686. So you can only buy 686 houses on the market, and out of that 686, only 188 is under 1.2. So very small amount under 1.2. So now let's see how many pending and contingents. So I'm gonna take this price out. 1132. So double, we have double the amount pending. And let's check out under 1.2. 300 pending. So 300. Oops, I'll change this. How many sold within the last 30 days? Sold property in the last 30 days. We have 1105. That's a lot of sold properties. So 1105. So what does that mean? Every month, the inventory is being bought up like crazy, right? There's only 600 being released on the market, and then 1,000 being sold. So it's pretty fast moving market. Even if you look at other counties, let's say like Alameda County, it's also low inventory, right? 820 in Alameda County. And then San Mateo is even lower. San Mateo is like 400 houses. That's it. You only have 400 houses to look at. So anything, anyone want to add anything about the market? It's kind of crazy right now. Super low inventory. If anyone wants to add their input on the real estate market.
I think the motivated people are going to be still motivated to buy.
Yeah. I think a lot of people still want to buy now, right? Because the interest rate, they're kind of like pushing themselves just to buy. So market's still good for flipping. It's not going to crash anytime soon. I think we still have a good year, right? So let's check out some quick real estate news. Did you guys see this article about Zillow? So Zillow is becoming the biggest flopper because every house that they bought is sold at a negative. So that means you can get a flip deal off of Zillow because they're buying too high. So check this out. There's an article, and I'm gonna open this real quick. The link is in the Google Docs, so you guys want to check out this article. So they bought a house in Arizona for 500,000. They bought a house for 500,000, and then they sold it for only 494. So I like their model. buy high, sell low. I think that's the new flipping model. Buy high, sell low. So we can have some tax write-offs.
The subtitles, let's all be homeless together.
That's right, man. So Zillow has so much money, they're just buying things high and then selling low. 400,000 sell for 387. So as a homeowner, we should sell our flips to Zillow. Imagine if we sold our flips to Zillow, they'll pay top market, above market value, more than regular homeowners. So let's sell all of our houses to Zillow. But they paused the buying for now because they started losing so much money. So that's interesting. So
They
Zillow
should have hired us, Tom.
I know. They should have hired us to buy houses for them, man. All right, so let's roll into our agenda. We have a fat flip, so we're gonna talk to Anthony and kind of learn from his fat flip. So everyone meet Anthony. Anthony, we just connected on Instagram or Facebook, right? We haven't even met in person. So it's kind of cool how we can network nowadays. It's all online.
Right.
Yeah. So how did we connect again? I think I messaged you out of nowhere.
Instagram. I think Instagram. I started following your fat flips or Bay Area flips on Instagram, which
Yeah.
I mean that's good content for sure, and it makes me think like, whoa, like there's so much business out there.
Yeah.
So especially being in the Bay Area, everybody said you can't find deals. You could always find deals. You just got to look harder.
Exactly. There's deals everywhere. Everyone's doing a deal somewhere. And then I saw you guys doing a lot of deals in Oakland, East Bay. So you guys are everywhere,
huh? I wouldn't say a lot. I still feel like a small fish in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I've only done 7 flips in my career.
Wow. Just 7 flips. And then you hit jackpot. This is one of the best ones I've ever seen ever in the Bay Area. So we'll talk more about that. And then let's jump into a quick intro about Anthony. So Anthony is a real estate agent and for the past 12 years, but only flipping for a few years. So I'll let Anthony tell a little bit more about yourself. So go ahead, Anthony, feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, first off, I just want to thank you for having me. And, I was nervous about doing this a Zoom meeting because it's like, but, I'm not confident in doing videos and stuff like this. But the reason why I'm doing this today is because I learned from other people doing it, watching Bigger Pockets, watching YouTube, watching, other people killing it in real estate. And, it all started, being a realtor, understanding the process. And, over time, I've seen some really good deals fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
We're in the Bay Area. It's very competitive, probably one of the most competitive places in like the whole nation. But yeah, time to time you see deals sell for like 500. You're like, whoa, that house is worth $800,000 just as is.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? I want to buy that. So it's always been on the back of my mind looking at deals like that, because every day, I look at what went available, what went pending, what went sold, what went price reduction. Every day, I go in my office and I look at those. So a big thing is really knowing your marketplace. But I've been a realtor, so I've always been in the business of like, understanding. You got to understand things when you talk to clients, because you don't want to sit there and bullshit. And then the clients obviously know that you don't know what you're talking about. So you do have to educate yourself on, the values of these houses, the neighborhoods, and also the construction cost. What's it going to cost to replace the floors? What's it going to cost to do the kitchen, the landscape? So and then over time, I built up a huge list of resources. I work at a good brokerage too. My brokerage is huge. We're a small little company. We're in downtown Hayward. We're probably about 6 agents. and the brokerage I work at is Fohl Realty. If you're in the East Bay, you probably see my company pretty often because we do have a ton of listings. But we help a lot of clients prep to sell before they go on the market. And I'm sure a lot of people understand that you got to fix up your house, clean it up in order for it to sell for highest dollars. So we built up contacts of kitchen cabinet companies, remodeling companies, paint companies, landscape companies. So I built up, all these resources over the years. And just 2 years ago, a deal found my lap, and just bought it. I didn't even have the funds at the time. I just wrote the offer as is and said, I'll buy it as is. I'll buy it cash. I didn't even have the money in my bank account. So but I knew where I could have found it. But I got it for 500, and I knew the property would sell for 650 without even touching it. So it was just I knew no matter what, even if I messed up on the remodel, that, I would have done fine either way.
Very
So
nice. So that was your first product, your very, very first product you bought for 500K.
I bought it for 500,000 right before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
It was like December of 2009. It was like, I bought it, I got it in contract as a probate. And it was probably March of 2019. There was issues on title, and then we didn't close it till like November 2019.
Yeah. Wow. Long time.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, they had to clear up some title. They had some, it was a messy title. And the place was beat. But yeah, so we flipped it probably 60 days, 90 days, I can't remember. And I had it in contract for 750, signed loan docs and everything. The owner or the buyers, they had a restaurant.
Oh,
And
no.
it didn't fund. The lender backed out. And this was like March.
Yeah.
The shelter in place happened, restaurant, they had a restaurant, keep in mind. So shelters in place happened, their restaurant shut down. So the lender just pulled out the loan and never funded it.
Oh, man.
So it was like, man, I'm gonna lose my ass, my first deal. And I was like, what? This whole pandemic's happening. And then I ended up closing it for 720. And then I had to restage it twice because we already destaged it because we signed loan docs the week before. And we signed loan docs like on a Tuesday. We destaged it when we signed loan docs. It was supposed to get funded that same week, never happened.
Wow.
And I knew something, I've sold a ton of real estate. So I knew it was off, and it was a weird time in real estate too.
Right.
The world was kind of crashing on us because it took a big dip.
Can we check it out? Can we see the address and see the photos and all that?
If I could, let me pull it up. Let me see the exact address.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. Take your time.
And I'll tell you right now, I did that flip on my own. I did a lot of the work on my own.
Wow, you did
because
the
I
work
tried to
yourself.
save money, and that was the worst thing ever.
So you're a handyman in a way.
I mean, I just like tinkering with things and fixing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 16150 via Reba. 16150
150
via Reba.
Reba?
Via as in Victor.
Via Reba.
Ariba, ARRIBA.
ARRIBA.
No, A is in Apple, RRIBA.
RRIBA.
Mm-hmm.
RRIBA.
ARRIBA.
Oh, Ariba. Oh,
Yeah,
Ariba.
yeah. Ariba.
Okay, let's try to find this house and check out your first flip.
So it's in San Lorenzo, so it's right next door to Hayward.
Nice. Now it's worth 900, so you should have kept it.
I would have saved a ton of taxes too.
Wow. So your first flip you bought for 500,000 and it was just on the MLS, or how did you find this one?
So it was on the MLS.
Yeah.
It was listed for, I forgot. It was listed for 675 or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
some 599 or I don't know
What
what
did it?
for. But yeah, you see the front picture right there at the bottom. That's how it looked when I bought it.
Wow.
And the grass is like 12 feet, or the grass was like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's actually a good picture. It looked a lot worse. But it was a probate. The listing agent listed it. He put his own offer in on it, and I think he was trying to buy her for like 320.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is I built up relationships even before I was buying. I was just telling everybody, hey, I'm a cash buyer, I'm buying. I'll even I never even done no flips.
Yeah.
So I was just telling everybody, I'll buy it. I mean, I'm a cash buyer, I'll buy it. And I started reaching out to everybody. One of my associates, he's a broker, he's been a broker for like 40 years.
Yeah.
In the area, and he's like, hey, look, this agent's trying to screw over this trust. You should go reach out, and I'll give you the contact to the attorney.
Yeah.
So he went to court. We went to the probate court, and I bid on it, and I outbid him. The guy was pissed off. He was so pissed off. He actually, I thought he followed him and his friend followed me to my car.
Oh man.
After, yeah, it was like I was in the wild, wild west. So all this happened on the first one.
Wow.
And, yeah, so we did run into a lot of issues. If you see the top photo in the photo you're looking at,
Yeah.
the HOA made us change out the windows in the front because it didn't fit the HOA standard. So look at the top one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so different windows. We had to put the shutters.
I have to look the same as all the other houses.
Yeah, so that's another mistake I made. I went through permits through Alameda County, but then again, I didn't realize that the San Lorenzo HOA would have still dinged me after I got permits too. It was mind blowing.
That's crazy. You got permits and they still complain.
Yeah, so I got permits with the county. It's county property, but then the HOA still complained about it.
Wow, crazy.
Which I think that looks better anyways.
Yeah. Shutters looks nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you bought the building for 500 and then you put in probably I would say 7,500,000.
I probably put 75 grand into it.
Nice.
But it was a bad flip. The work was poor.
Yeah.
I was being cheap about it.
Yeah. Good in photos, but then it's poor quality.
Yeah, I mean the kitchen was brand new.
Yeah.
If you like, the floors are new, everything's new, but I wish I would have just took everything down and leveled all the I wish I got some single pane windows. The drywall wasn't the best. I wish I could have just drywalled and flattened everything out and then retextured the whole thing all at once.
Yeah.
I mean, just the details. I didn't change out. You see, I still have some old doors. So the details weren't all there, but I mean, it was a huge learning experience for sure.
Yeah, since it's your first one.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I did a lot of the work on my own.
Yeah.
So it took away from me actually looking for more deals.
Yeah.
And helping out buyers or sellers. So actually, at the end of the day, I didn't make that much money because I actually lost money. It took so much time away from other avenues.
Yeah. So if you're busy, it's not worth to do the work. Just hire it out, right? Delegate it.
You gotta have a whole team. There's no way you can do everything on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. So your first product. So you recommend everyone to get your real estate license because it helps you get in the industry, look at the inventory.
Exactly. I mean, I follow a lot of people that are in the business because it's like, why re-innovate what you're doing when other successful people have done it for years.
Right.
I follow a lot of people, and like, they're even like the Vicky and Sid.
Yeah.
I saw you had a Zoom with them a few weeks back, and I was, I've always looked up to them, and I was surprised to see that they've only been doing it for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But also, Sid was a real estate agent too, so
Right.
you gotta understand the process in
Yeah.
advance. I mean, it would be like, even me being in the business for 10 years and running into all these issues on the first flip was
It's all new.
crazy. I can imagine being someone that has no idea what they're doing, getting into the business of flipping.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's actually a tough business. So even with 10 years real estate experience, it's still hard. It's still hard because it's totally different challenges, right?
Learning every day.
Yeah.
Every day I'm still learning, and I'm still watching YouTube videos. See, I'm not a big reader,
Yeah.
but I'm a big podcast listener, huge into YouTube videos. There's a lot of people I follow throughout the nation.
Yeah.
But even just watching those videos, I mean, I love what I do. I love real estate,
Right.
but just learning from other people, their mistakes and their wins. I think you get more out of their mistakes than anything.
Yeah, exactly. You learn more when you actually lose money or make a big mistake.
Right.
Yeah, so very cool. We had a question from Leo. When you made an offer as a realtor flipper, did you negotiate the price lower minus your commission, or you took the commission? So let's say the MOS deal, did you get the commission on the Hayward one?
So that's another thing I didn't realize, is I've never bought a probate property myself.
Yeah.
But if you ever bought a probate property, you're a broker or a realtor,
Huh?
in the state of California, you don't get no commission.
Really? If you're probate?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That you look into it, because that's a great question that whoever asked, Leo.
Yeah.
Great question. And at the beginning, I was calculating the commission into the deal when I bought it, and I was going to get some of that commission and use it. It was like a $10,000 commission, but I was going to, which isn't that much in the Bay Area. But it was going to go towards some of the renovation costs. We probably paid for the entire kitchen with the appliances at the time.
Right.
And then when I went to court, I got the deal accepted. I was like, I got 500. I was hoping to get it for less. And then the next day they called me and they said, "You're not getting no commission." I said, "What? Serious?"
What if someone wrote the offer for you? Can they get the commission?
Good question. I think, that's a learning experience too. So, I would like to look into that. I haven't bought a probate since.
Yeah.
You know what? I bought a 4-unit in Hayward.
Nice.
It was a probate, but I didn't represent myself.
Yeah.
It was there's some deals that I come across. Sometimes I even reach out to the listing agent, like, "Hey, I don't care about the commission."
Exactly. Yeah.
It was over $1 million property, but I let him double end it, and I'm sure he collected the commission.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, you might be right.
Yeah. So it's better to give up the commission to get the deal, right?
Oh yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 fourplexes, one in Hayward, one in Oakland. And I bought them both from the listing agent directly.
Nice. Went to listing agent directly.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I'm just curious, what the prices on those?
On the fourplexes?
Yeah, the Hayward and then the Oakland. How much did you buy those for?
Okay, so the Oakland one was my first fourplex.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually my second purchase. I bought that one for $600,000.
Wow, that's cheap.
It's super cheap.
That's
So
like
I bought it for $600,000 in 2019.
Yeah.
All 3-bedroom, 1-bath units.
Nice.
About 1,000 square feet a piece. The place was beat. It was completely beat. I had the worst tenants. you know, with the eviction moratorium,
Yeah.
it was a mess. But so I bought that for 600, put 200,000 into it, did a cash out refinance, and then got most of my money back. But so I'm in it for like 820, and the property is like 1.5 right now.
1.5. Wow, doubled.
Yeah, so and then
Wow.
the rents when I first bought it, they were at 4,800. Now the building is bringing in almost 9,000.
9,000, man.
So I was able to double the rents in about a year and a half.
Wow, so that's another good strategy. Buy floorplex, fix it up, refi, burr it. How much did you buy the Hayward for?
Hayward, I bought it for $1,050,000.
$1,050,000. That's a little bit
Yeah.
more expensive, but better
It's
area.
four detached houses on a 20,000 square foot house.
Oh,
20,000
interesting.
square foot lot.
Yeah. 4 detached houses. That's pretty cool. So that valuation could hit easily like maybe 2 million, right? Because all detached.
Maybe there's one that sold at about 1.7 a
Yeah.
few months ago.
Wow.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it was just one single building, and detached is more desirable for tenants because you have your own yard, your own space.
Yeah.
Some of them have their own garage. But yeah, it's a smoking deal. That Hayward one, they're both smoking deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Hayward one, I'm selling. You know, I sell like 1,200 square foot houses for $1 million in Hayward.
That's right. Yeah, this is a fourplex. Wow. So you got some really good deals. That's only 250 per house in a way, right? For Hayward, 250 per house. And that's
well, I put 200,000 to remodel it.
Yeah, to remodel, and then that's already like $500,000 in equity. So you got another $500,000 right there.
Yep, you couldn't build nothing for that price.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you're getting all these interesting deals, probates. Are you getting them on the MOS or through agents or through
So both the probate one or the Hayward fourplex was through an agent.
Yeah.
It was actually pending.
It was pending. Wow.
It was pending when I found it.
Yeah.
But I was hounding the guy. I was like, if it still falls apart, you could represent me. I got cash. I'll fund it. I'll take it as is.
Yeah.
The previous buyer, I don't know why they backed out. So I got three of the units were vacant.
Yeah.
There was one squatter in the back.
Yeah.
Back house. And they weren't paying rent. They weren't paying rent. But that's the reason why that the previous buyer backed out, because one person wasn't paying rent. I said, you got freaking 3 vacant places.
Yeah.
Once you finance this deal, and keep in mind, I got that one as an owner occupied, so I got a 2.8 interest rate.
Wow, that's nice.
So it's like, you know, who cares? You got, you know, you could, owner occupied.
Yeah.
You buy them, fix them up, you rent them out. I mean, this building, the payment on this one's $4,500.
Yeah.
This one's bringing in $10,000 a month.
Wow. So you net maybe
within
like
the first year.
Yeah, within the first year. What year was that? Was that in 2019?
I bought the 4 unit in Hayward this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
What? So you can still get good deals this year, 2021. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. On the MOS. So now
on the MOS. Well, it was pending.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look at pendings and I call realtors too.
Wow. Okay. So now let's submit offers on all pending listings, because 1 out of 10 might fall out, and just submit offers like crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And then we have a question. Did you open up an LLC to make these flips, or you bought it under your own name?
Bought them under my own name, but I have an umbrella policy on them.
Okay, so you bought it in your personal name for the flips too, or just the rentals?
The flips too.
Oh, really? Isn't that the high tax and high liability and things like that?
Well, I have a corporation too, but yeah, it'll.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. You have LLC or S corp or C corp? S corp. S corp. Okay. Yeah, I also hear a lot of people flip through S corp. So that's interesting. Very nice. Very nice. So very good job on finding these deals. It's like killer $500,000 deals in all of them. So now let's jump to your flip. We're gonna skip all this since you mentioned about
So
real
I
estate.
saw another question about, did you evict a tenant?
Yeah.
Um, you know, the guy is kind of a crazy guy, but I mean, we're all a little crazy ourselves.
Yeah.
But you know, I gave him a chance, and you know, he paid me. So surprisingly, I bought it, fixed him up, didn't really bug him. I was thinking about evicting him. I took it as is with him. But yeah, he was a squatter. And then after I was talking to him, he turned out to be a nice guy, and he paid me for all the back rent,
Wow.
and he's paying me current every single month.
Now he's current.
Yeah, every single month, no issues. I mean, I fixed up his place, so he's appreciated.
Yeah.
But I mean, he hasn't gave me no issues at all.
Wow. From squatter to renter. That's the best
Yeah.
work ever.
Yes, I mean, it was during the eviction moratorium. I mean,
Yeah.
we're, you know, in Alameda County, there's still a health crisis. So, you know, all these tenants are still protected.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people do, um, a lot of people are, you know, they're scared to jump in the rental game, especially in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
The best thing is to get informed. When I first bought my one in Oakland, Oakland has one of the strictest rental laws.
Yeah.
But the first thing I did with the guidance of my broker is, hey, you know, you should go meet with the eviction attorney, know your rights, know the tenant's rights, you know, make sure you're not going to get sued. So, you know, just spending that $400 consultation
Yeah.
probably saved me tens of thousands of dollars.
Nice. So
And it's always best. It's always best to sit there and try to, you know, not make friends with the tenants. It's always best just to make sure that you guys are on the same page. You guys understand each other, and try to work things out mutually with your tenant.
Yeah.
You know, people overall, I mean, you know, a lot of people gave me chances. If you know me,
Yeah.
you know my background, you know, I honestly haven't came from nothing. And a lot of people gave me chances.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is tough being a landlord,
Yeah.
especially with all the pushback you get being a landlord. But how I see is, if you take care of tenants, they'll take care of you.
Right. Exactly. Just treat them like good humans, and they'll treat you good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So I love that. You turned your squatter to a renter, a paying tenant. And now he's happy, so you have him forever.
We're both happy.
Very cool. So now let's jump into your fat flip. This is one of the best flip that I ever seen in the Bay Area. So I'll pull this up real quick.
Nice. Good to hear.
So this is one's in Newark. And before we jump into it, let's just check out the photos real quick and kind of observe this nice farmhouse, modern farmhouse. So look at that, nice remodel. Sold for 1.6. I think that's a record for Newark. So great job of pushing new prices. So now let's jump into it. Yeah. So tell us everything about this one, from how you found it, how you fund it, how you fixed it, and what you're gonna do with all that money. You're gonna blow it in Vegas and buy some Bitcoin, or?
So the first is how I found it. You won't believe how I found it. It's insane how I found it.
Let me show the photos. I love the ugly photos.
If you guys follow me on my Instagram, it's Anthony Renow. You could see on my highlights, it's 500K flip.
Yeah.
You can see the flip from beginning to end.
Nice. Look at that. So it came like that.
No, I mean it started. No, we started tearing it apart and we started finding
Yeah.
so much damage.
Wow.
But the floors, you see how we chopped it all out. The first time I walked through it, I fell through the floors.
What?
So
oh,
yeah, it didn't scare me at all. It's a raised foundation.
Oh wow.
And you know, it's all basically a stick build, so
Yeah.
easy. I'd rather pick a raised foundation issues over a slab foundation all day long.
That's true. That's true. So how did you find this one again? Did you find the MOS, or how did?
So as a realtor, and I'm sure as a homeowner, you guys get all those calls, all those robocalls, all those spam calls,
Yeah.
those spam emails. And quickly I realized those people are wholesalers.
Right.
Most of them don't even have money. They say they're cash buyers and they flip those as an assignment. So one morning, it was like a Saturday morning, I was getting ready for open house. Because I still do open houses to this day. I just love meeting people.
Yeah.
I got a text message saying, "Would you sell your house?" I was like, usually I ignore them, right? But lately I try to respond. Even Vicky and Sid, they send me text messages like that too, saying, "Would you sell your house?" And then I said, "No, I'm not selling any houses." And I responded, I said, "No, I'm not selling any houses, but if you come across anything in Alameda County, I'm a cash buyer."
Nice.
And I was just like, just quick response back, right? I get a call like an hour later, and it's a guy in like Tennessee or out of state.
Wow, virtual wholesaler.
Yeah, virtual wholesaler. And he calls me and he's like, "Hey, Anthony, you responded to my text message. I literally just got this deal under contract." He's like, and I was like, "Well, what? It's in Alameda County." And I was like, "Oh, great, that's my marketplace." So he said, "Here's the address. Go look at it. Let me know what you'll offer on it." And then he also asked me if I'm a cash buyer and this and that. I'm like, "Yeah, So he gave me the address. He wouldn't give me a price, which I thought was odd. But when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh man, I could tear this thing apart and put it back together so quick." And I got the team to do it. Because I have like 12 guys that work for me.
Nice.
But I got the team to do it. So I looked at it and I was like, "Well, what'd you offer? Or what do you want for it?" Because I knew he wholesaled it. I didn't know what he got it at. So I said seven. He's like, "Well, what'd you buy it for?" I was like, $750. And then I'm looking at comps and like, damn. Or I offered $750. But before that, I did my research, looked at comps. This is a very desirable neighborhood. And then I'm looking at comps. They're like 1.4, 1.3 for the same floor plan.
Wow.
Like mediocre condition, just like someone lived in it for years and they just painted it just to get on the market. So I'm like, man, I could fix this up. I get 1.5 for it. Easy 1.5. I'll probably put 250, 300 into it. So I offered him 750. He calls me back and he's like, if you write for 800,000 and you close in 5 days, you got the deal. I'm thinking, I'm screaming inside. I'm like, oh damn, no way. I can really get this for 8. So I'm screaming inside, but I'm always calm on the phone, and usually, I'm the more passive guy that sits there and listens versus, and I let people talk.
Nice.
So what I've learned is, listening is more better than selling. So yeah, we got it for 800,000, and then I funded it and we tore it apart, and within 5 months we were on the market.
Wow. How did you get the 800,000? Hard money or private money or investors?
So I have a investor. It's my boss. He helps me fund these deals.
Wow.
So he's the owner broker of the company. He's been in the business for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
He owns probably 50 rental properties himself.
50 single family. Wow.
No. He sold all his single family.
Yeah.
So he owns about 50 apartments throughout Alameda County.
Nice.
So he's pretty wealthy. And he's one of the guys that gave me the chance. Hired me when I was 19 years old, and showed me the ropes. Multi-millionaire, spent countless hours with me.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't think about how good a position I was in. But now I think back, I'm like, damn, that guy's like, for him to spend that much amount of time with me, he must have really liked what he's doing.
Yeah.
Appreciated me and the energy I was bringing in. or just, just felt good about the whole thing.
Nice.
But yeah, just, someone's so valuable. And, time is valuable. So just looking back, it's like, whoa, you gave me that chance. So
Yeah.
he funds the deals. I give him a big percentage of the deals. We go 50-50 on them,
Yeah.
which, on this one, we made 500,000 before taxes. So he's going to get like, 150 grand off this one.
Wow.
And he only looked at it one time.
Didn't even do
So
anything.
yeah, right.
Wow, he made 150,000.
Yeah, after taxes.
Yeah, so that's a good way to partner up. You can team up with someone, go 50-50, right?
Yeah.
And don't have to put out any money at all. And then you go
Yeah.
50.
So this year I've done 4 flips.
Yeah.
I'll probably clear 350 off the flips.
Wow.
And then haven't put $1 into any of them.
Nice, nice. That's the perfect way to go.
Yeah. And then, commissions, I sell houses too. So
Yeah.
it's been a very good year.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So you did a few flips. So this one, you borrowed money from him. He paid everything off cash. And then tell us about the remodel process. Did you have to extend, or what were some of the challenges with fixing such an ugly house like this?
So I went through, we tore it apart. Didn't get no permits at the beginning, which we were planning on getting permits. Turns out one of the neighbors complained the city shut us down for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
But I pulled permits. We did relocate. So if you look in the hallway, keep going.
Hmm?
We didn't add no square footage at all. So that photo right there, I think keep going. There's one photo of the hallway. So we widened that hallway right there. Bam, that one. Go back one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so right there where that railing is,
Yeah.
there was a big closet right there. Where it had the furnace, and it had the water heater.
Mm-hmm.
So we put tankless water heater in the garage.
Yeah.
And then we put the furnace in the attic. And then so we took out that closet, opened it up, and it had a drop down ceiling. We raised the ceiling, made it modern.
Nice.
But it was a very straightforward remodel. It wasn't, it looks crazy having it all torn apart like that.
Yeah.
And there was rats everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
all the wiring was all chewed apart.
Yeah.
All the ducting. I mean, we replaced all the systems in the house.
Right.
And this one was, I was looking for a high-end price point, so I redid everything. I did the bathrooms, I did the electrical, I did the furnace, I did the tankless water heater, new windows. It had a big lot, so we took out a window in one of the bedrooms. If you click through the lot, or so there was one where it had a big lot, and there was one bedroom where we put a sliding glass door. So that's the master, that same exact floor plan in the master.
Yeah.
But if you keep going, there's another room with a sliding glass door.
Hmm?
And so we took advantage of the whole yard by putting that one.
Yeah, that's smart. So they can access the outside.
Yeah, so it's
Both
technically
sides.
like 2 yard spaces.
Yeah.
So that was the window right there originally, just the window, just like on the left, same size as on the left. So, and this yard was like a big mound of dirt. So we took out a lot of dirt.
Wow.
Section right here. But yeah, I think I undersold it. I pended it before our deadline date. And then after that, I had some agents saying they're ready to write at 1.7.
No way.
Which is, whatever. I got a good family in there, and I got more than what I expected. So
right.
No,
Wow. So 1.7. And then I noticed that you put ceiling fans. Does that make a difference? Does that add value? The ceiling fans in the living room?
I don't think so.
No. So just do recess. Recess fine, huh?
Yeah.
And then you don't put
personally
recess?
don't like the ceiling fans.
Oh, really? Okay, so no ceiling fans. And then no recess lighting in the bedrooms, only the master to save
Only
on.
the master, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta start
Yeah,
doing
it
this
was,
money.
you know, I wish I could have did a little bit more, but again, it was, you got to look at comparables too,
Yeah,
and what else has sold in the neighborhoods, and actually, it's surprising at this price point
yeah,
with the remodel. Like it was not a high end remodel.
right.
Um, but you know, sometimes you could overdo it. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of flippers overdo it with the remodel, and they don't get their return. So I was looking at all the recently sold houses,
Hmm.
and you know, some of them are funky. You know, they have like orange paint throughout. They have weird things going on. They don't stage it.
Yeah,
So you know, you got to see where you're going to add your value at to, where you're going to spend your money.
right. Very
And,
true.
and it is a learning experience along the way.
Yeah. Then can I ask, what was the total rehab cost? The total rehab for this 17
So
square,
all in cost, including the staging, the inspections, um, everything all in is, what is it, 187,000.
187. So that's roughly a little over $100 price per square feet to remodel. A little over $100. And then did you pull permit for the drawings? You had to pull permit
Yeah, I did.
after? Yeah. So how much did that cost for the architect and then with the city fees?
It was all in there. So I hire subs for most of my work. I'd say like 98% of the work.
Yeah.
But I have a licensed contractor. Like a lot of people think since I own this, you could do owner builder,
Uh-huh.
but in Alameda County, you can't if you're going to sell the house within a year.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So so I have a GC that, you know, I built a relationship. You know, being in the business, people ask for referrals too. And you don't want to,
Yeah.
sometimes you can refer your subs to people. And then sometimes, you know, a lot of people prefer to have a licensed GC, even though they're going to pay more.
Yeah.
Personally, I trust my team a lot of subs. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the messages. So personally, you know, I trust my subs a lot. You know, we've done a bunch of projects, bunch of remodels and updating for clients.
Nice.
But on something like this, I hired a GC to pull the permits, to do the drawings, and to meet with the building inspectors.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Did you have to do structural with this? Because I saw all the beams on the floor joists and all that. Was that structural or was that just cosmetic?
so they went and inspected everything.
Yeah.
The building inspector didn't know the amount of work we did ahead of time.
That's good. Cover everything.
Yeah, so I just, you know, didn't want to. I mean, we do good work.
Yeah.
You know, on this one, I tried to do my best because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I want to make sure I got a good product at the end of the day, and then I don't get sued.
Right.
So you know, yeah, you know, we did everything to code.
Mhm.
He looked at everything, and you know, he didn't. You know, he was asking about some of the wood that was replaced, but I said we did, you know, some dry rot work.
Right.
But you know, I think if they would have saw it when it's all torn apart, it wouldn't be good.
Right. Yeah. They would want to see everything and all the sips and ties and all that. Can I ask what color is this? I see a lot of people do this white and black now. What color is that? It's kind of cool.
It's charcoal.
Charcoal
So
and
the
then
door's black, but the trim and everything is like a kind of black charcoalish.
black charcoal. Is that Kelly Moore, Sherwin Williams, or
I think it's just Home Depot.
Home Depot?
Yeah.
And then the white is just any bright whites, or is it Swiss coffee whites, or
Yeah, I mean, I go off what people are selling.
yeah,
You know, I go off other flippers.
yeah,
I look at what people are doing in Saratoga and Cupertino and like the higher end markets.
right.
I basically just copy what they're doing.
Exactly. Copy the $3 million houses because it's the same. Yes, you're trying to get the high price. I like all the little trim work. Is that added or is that with the
That
house
was already there.
Really? That's a lot of
Yeah,
detail.
it looks great, huh?
Yeah, looks like a European house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice. So 200,000,
Mm-hmm.
bought it for 800, put in 200,000, and it took 5 months. You said
5 months.
5 months. So that was a big project.
Yeah, we got stopped for a month with the building inspectors. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
noticed,
And the kitchen was mediocre. I mean, it's
yeah,
decent kitchen.
you don't
I
put
wanted to go
backsplash.
higher end, but it's tough getting materials now too.
Yeah. There's no tile backsplash and it's still sold for top dollar.
I think there is tile backsplash, which
Yeah,
is no-way tile. I don't think it doesn't look like it.
yeah. Oh, there is tile back here?
Oh, maybe there's not. I guess
Yeah.
not.
It's a small little backsplash, but it's still sold. So buyers don't really look at those details too much, right?
I'm sure we put a backsplash. I'm almost
Yeah.
positive we put a backsplash.
Yeah.
It's just white tile.
I see. It's probably very light. And then we did this once where we put the dishwasher next to the fridge and
Closed.
it keeps on hitting each other.
Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see on the highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing is, again, so back to finding cabinets. You know, my main cabinet company I've been using for years. They were back order and they said they couldn't give me cabinets for 3 months. So I brought the same design to another cabinet company and they put it too close.
Yeah.
And that dishwasher was like a 1/4 inch away from that handrail right there.
So barely made the cut.
Barely made it, and we had to adjust it too.
Oh man.
So
I see a little gap right here.
Yeah, and you see that piece of wood on the right where your mouse is, the right of the dishwasher?
Yeah.
So that piece of wood was on the left side.
Oh, so you have to swap everything.
Swapped it out, yeah.
Wow. And then so how much did your wholesaler get this one for? You know?
He made a good fee he made a really good fee. I'm not going to disclose it.
Yeah.
But you know, he made more than I thought. He
Wow,
killed
like 100 grand.
He killed it on it.
Man, so even the wholesaler made 100 grand or 50 to 100. I'm assuming 50 to 100 grand.
I don't know.
But
yeah, he didn't do nothing. I mean, he had it in contract within a few hours and then he signed it to me.
Wow, so that's very, very interesting. So a wholesaler got this in contract, and so you can get deals from wholesalers. You can get really good deals, and the wholesaler from out of state, they don't really care. I'm curious about the seller criteria. Like, who was this seller? Why would they sell so low?
He was an older guy. He lived in Las Vegas. His son.
They bought it.
His son. Yeah, I don't know why it says 400. I wish I bought it for 400.
That's what the wholesaler got it for.
No, he didn't. He got it for more than that. I don't know why it says 400.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in Vegas. His son was living there, and basically him and his friends just tore that place apart over the years.
Man, so it's deferred maintenance, and they bought it a long time ago. So that's interesting because anyone that owned a house in the 90s, which is around 30 years now, right? 30 years. So 20-year and 30-year homeowners, they don't really care about their house. They bought it for really cheap, and it's probably really poor condition after 30 years. So that's how you got such a good deal. So
the owner thought it was a tear down.
Yeah. So that's the target that you should hit, right? So 20+ year ownership, out of state too, and they're out of state.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, very nice, very nice.
That's my next move is I want to build some systems.
Yeah.
So I could find more deals like this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Some help too if anybody wants to join the journey.
Let's do it. We'll send mailers. We'll send door knock and all that.
Knocking, mailers, everything you can name it.
Yeah, very cool. So let's find another one. It's 11 o'clock now, so we'll get ready to wrap up. Any last minute questions before we wrap up and go trick or treating? Any more questions? How do you handle being a realtor versus investor? That's hard, right? You have to juggle your time and fix houses. How do you fit all that in a day?
You know, I'm kind of pushing away from a realtor, but you know, I like helping my family, my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I don't pay no money to marketing. When I first started, I'd spend a lot of money in marketing, and I work with anybody.
Yeah.
But you know, it'd come to a lot of people wasting your time. A lot of people don't appreciate your time, and you know, I'm a people person a lot. I'm really like, again, like calm at the beginning, but once you know me, it's just like, we hit it off if our personalities click. Um, so the thing is, I've had a lot of people waste my time.
Yeah.
And, now it's like, why would I ever work with those people? Those people, took so much time finding a house. And then at the end of the day, they, never appreciated me, and they probably forgot about me since day one. So that sucked about it. It really did suck about it. Now it's, I'm investing more time in the flipping, buying rentals. Also, I see big tech companies that are probably going to come and, start breaking down our commission.
Yeah.
And that's always been my biggest fear. Like, what's my next move? So that's why I started buying flips and I started getting in rentals, because I want the passive income. I love traveling. I love, going new places. So I was, listening to Robert Kiyosaki and, other people. It's like, you're exchanging your time for money. It's like, I won't have this much energy, 20 years from now. And, commissions probably might be cut in half or maybe non-existent, because there might be this big tech company that would come out. So I started making the transition, and honestly, I love what I do. I could pick and choose my clients. And that's the biggest thing I like about it.
Yeah, so shifting to the investment world, but still maintaining some quality clients to get commissions and things like that.
Yeah, I have a huge list of past clients as well. I mean, keep in mind, there's a lot of people that waste my time, but I built up a lot of relationships over the years too with some really good people.
Very nice.
So that's rewarding. One of my best friends, I helped him buy his house 12 years ago. We go fishing all the time. I go to his house and barbecue. He comes to my house.
Yeah.
So it's really rewarding.
That's right. Keeping those relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna chat with you 30 years from now.
Yep.
And then you'll flip 1,000 houses.
I don't think I'll probably have the energy to do that.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a whole team behind me, where I don't invest that much time into it. I just really look at the numbers.
Yeah.
But again, it would be nice to have resources where we could do it as a team. I'd rather be, part owner, a small proportion of owning a Starbucks versus owning 100% of a little mom and pop coffee shop.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. All right. Let's put together a big team and we'll become a big flipper across.
You can't do it on your own. You really can't.
All right, let's do it. Okay, thank you very much for sharing so much knowledge with us. That was really good information. I learned a lot today too. So that's pretty cool. I want to get
quick question. Can you post his contact information or
contact? Yeah, contact Instagram is on here. Let me show you real quick. Anthony RE now on Instagram. And then,
so it's my half of my last name. Yeah, Anthony Renow.
Yeah. Oh, the house. Oh, nice. Anthony Reed now.
Or Real Estate Now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Real Estate Now. Or your name should be Anthony Renovation.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. All right, everybody.
If anybody would love to connect, I'm always down, open.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, a lot of people gave me the chance growing up, and I'd like to, I've learned from other people. So if I could teach other people along the way too, and at the end of the day, it's like, whoa, that person's successful, and whoa, that person's successful. Maybe not because 100% of me, but it would be nice to have an input in your success.
Yeah.
And I do love your energy, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
We haven't met in person before, but I'd like to grab some coffee or grab some lunch someday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can hang out. Hang out and talk about flipping and everything. And what's one thing you're gonna buy and spoil yourself with that profit?
The money's already spent.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah, so I actually I bought another place. So I've never bought a personal residence before.
Oh, interesting.
So this year I bought my personal residence. It's in the area I grew up in Castro Valley.
Yeah.
It's on an acre. And it has a creek going through it, but complete fixture. I'll probably be $400,000 into the remodel when I'm done with it.
Wow, 400,000. That's gonna be a nice new.
I should have tore the house down, but
Yeah.
too late now.
Nice. So let's have a barbecue at Anthony's house.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah,
I
that'd
mean,
be really
it's
fun.
definitely going to be a place for entertainment.
Yeah.
It blows me away that I'm actually going to be it's going to be probably worth $2 million when I'm done with it.
Wow. You got it for really
Bought
good
it for
price.
$780.
Wow, half off.
So yeah, I mean, it's ultimate burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. It's going to be a place for some big parties and get-togethers.
All right, next meetup at Anthony's house.
Next year. Next year.
Right. That's awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, thank you, everyone. Let's take a super Saturday selfie before we take off. Everyone ready? We want to see your beautiful faces, and then we'll take a quick selfie. Quick selfie. All right, everyone ready? We got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wait, I see some masks there. No masks allowed. There we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. See you guys next time. Yeah, see you next Saturday in Paso Robles. We're not gonna have a Zoom session, but see you next Saturday. You want to join us, Paso Robles, and have a wonderful Halloween. We are signing off. I'm gonna go back
Thank
to
you guys
my.
again. I appreciate everybody that joined.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you,
Back
Anthony.
to my music. All right, bye everyone.
Every day.